Hey everybody, Steven here. Today we're looking at the Recoverfun mini massage gun. So excited to actually look at this. They reached out to me. I've actually done a review for their larger massage gun here, and this has kind of been my go-to staple. I've talked about that on the other massage guns that I've reviewed here on the channel. And this one is actually the one that I've kept at the gym. I've actually sold the rest of them because I don't need 8 of them. But with this, let's get this thing unboxed here. The price point, $79. Now it's not shipping with Amazon Prime. I am hoping that eventually they'll go to Amazon, but with that price point, it is cheaper than the Nakot massage gun, and that's in here. We're gonna look at that here in a second, kind of compare the two. But I do like the packaging with this. The Nakot, a little bit bigger, came a little kind of roughed up. The package itself was fine, but I do like how slick this looks here. But with the price point, the Nakot is $100, this one is $79. You're most likely gonna pay about $5–10 for shipping, so keep that in mind. Sometimes they have deals, it's free shipping, so I don't wanna speak out on that, but let's open this up here. So, looks like this is the carrying case for it. We have a manual, and then it is sitting right in here. That is it. That looks really awesome. And I went with red because every single one that I've got outside, I think, of the, what would be the M30, the Voxpre M30, they've all been black. So I wanted to try something different with this. So even the Nakot Recoverfun, or the Nakot Recoverfun, the Nakot massage gun here, mini massage gun, this one is black, right? So let's get this thing whipped out though. Ooh, that is solid. So weight, very comparable here. What I like about these mini ones, same power for the most part. It's almost identical to what you're finding out of the larger massage guns, but it is like a third the size. Like, that size comparison is ridiculous. And the build quality with these, with it being not just these ones are plastic typically, it's full blown. I mean, it feels metal to me, right? Like it's steel or aluminum. It feels very, very quality. And like I said, wanted to go with the red. I like the look of this. So in terms of attachments here, we have the red one here, which is your flat kind of overall, the bullet, our foam ball here for more sensitive areas, and then we have our U, and this is going to be really for going along the spine. You can use it in other areas, but it's really good along the cervical spine, along the neck here. Then looking at the cable that you get with this, USB Type-C, I like that as well. Both of these come with that, and so with this, it's one of those things where you're most likely traveling with a USB Type-C as it becomes more standard, whether that's for your phone or something else. So you're probably going to have one of these, and it's just easier to use than what you see with these. And I don't even have this one in the box, which is usually a bigger cable, right, that you're going to have to mess with. So let's get this thing plugged in here. Turn it on. Power button is on the bottom. That's also where you find the port. We have 4 lights, very similar to the Nakot, and you're going to find that this is going to indicate the battery life and also the power with this. Ooh, and this is blue LED, not just the white. I like the look of that. So level 1. And these feel really good in the hand. The smaller massage guns, the mini ones, I like that they're coming out with these. So this travel size, I'm going to, that feels really good. I'm going to various certifications and things like that, and this is going to be easy to travel with, and that's a huge upside. Let's go ahead and just take a listen really quick to the different power settings with this. And like I said, you're looking at 4 levels. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's so quiet, right? I could be on an airplane, probably not going to be using the 4 because the 4 is a lot of force with these things. But on an airplane, like, you're probably not even gonna hear this over the hum of the plane itself, right? And this I really like. So being the different texture, the different surface, so it's not rubber or plastic, it's the same kind of metal that we have here versus what you're seeing with the other ones. Seems like it has a larger surface area potentially than this one, and it does. I like that. Very close to the rubber one that we find here, which this has been my go-to. I haven't seen this, and this is still Recoverfun. I haven't seen this with any other massage gun that I've gotten in, and I like this. I'm wondering, actually, if it's the same attachment size, and it is. That's really cool. So kind of a standard with this. So if you wanted to bring one of these with you, which I would probably honestly bring these two, there it is, interchangeable. So we have that, and that's really all you're getting in this. Let me peel all of these out. So very simple packaging, very clean. And then we have our carrying case here. You can throw all of this in here. Right? And that's going to be it. Now, let's look at these two things here. Let's compare them. So this is going to be smaller, but it's not a hard case. This is a hard case here. Is that super important to you or not? That's going to be something to think about outside of just the price point. Also with this, because like I said, this one's going to be $100. This one's going to be $79 with this. So if you do want the hard case, right? With this, it's most likely going to be in my backpack. I'm probably not slamming this down, most likely. So I don't think that's going to be an issue personally, but that may be a preference. Although I do actually really like the look of this thing. So let's look at specs with this, because I don't think they have them on the top of the box here, or the back of the box here. So usage time, 5 hours. This has a 2600 milliamp battery. It's a 30 watt power connection here. You do have two colors. You have the black or the red. Like I said, I wanted to go with something different, and I just really like the look of this. And then it weighs 0.5 kilograms with this. So very, very light. Looking at the Recoverfun here, sorry, not the Recoverfun, the Nakot here. This has a 2900 milliamp battery, so a little bit more. But this one says battery life is 16 hours without load. So higher battery, going from 5 to 16, but that one, like I said, it says without load. So I'm wondering if that means if you just turn this on, level 1, walked away, didn't use it at all, if that's going to be the case with this. And then rated speed, 900 to 3200 RPMs. Let's take a look at these two to see, because you'll be able to hear it with what the speed is. But 900 to 3200 is honestly the standard with most of these. All right. Get this going. Which, this is louder, by the way. Now they're getting closer to the same amount of sound. And that's pretty comparable. This one sounds like the fitting's already kind of getting loose. But honestly, it feels like the exact same amount of power. Now, what I mean by the fitting is when you pull off these attachments, you usually have a fitting at the bottom here, a rubberized fitting, so that it holds tight and it doesn't slip. I've had some where that is off and literally the attachment will shoot out of the gun. So that is important with this. This one has two. We have the ring here and then the secondary one. I've noticed what the ones that do that, it seems to hold in a little bit better than the ones that don't have that. But I didn't notice any replacements in this, which it's always nice when they have them. But to be honest, I've never replaced any of them with any massage gun that I've gotten. So I don't know if that's a big deal or not, to be honest. Like I said, it all comes, most of these come with replacements, even this one does. but I've just never had to do that. Even the one that shot out, that one was just a bust. I did replace them to check to see if it was something to do with that, but that was like, that gun was messed up. So with any of the ones that have been solid, I haven't had to replace any of them. So very, very nice with, like I said, the RPMs with this seems solid, seems very comparable to the Nakot. The weight seems very comparable, but this attachment is going to be one of those things that I like better than this flat one on this side. They're both USB Type-C. This one is saying 500 grams, 0.5 kilograms. That sounds like it's the exact same, right? Kilograms, so yeah, 500 grams, if I'm correct. This one says power 70 watt max versus the 30 here. So I'm wondering, power consumption is going to be different with these two. I don't think that's going to be a deal breaker for anybody. Usually you're not worried about that with these. Now looking at, like I said, the full size here, what we end up finding is the power is almost identical. This one has 5 settings, this one has 4. So it goes one step above, but I don't ever use that. So I don't think that's going to be an issue for most people. Stall force with this, I'm assuming it's going to be very similar to the Nakot here, which is going to be 5 kilograms, right? Where you're driving this into the muscle. At what point does it stall? I've mentioned this on other videos. I don't know who's doing that, but that's usually something you don't want to be doing. You're wanting the tool to do the work. You're not wanting to put pressure on top of it. One, it's going to burn out the motor potentially if you're doing too much. That's why we talk about stall force. And the other thing is, like I mentioned, this tool is supposed to do the work. At that point, you need to just go find a good massage therapist or something like that. That's too extreme for your muscles with this. So I think the build quality is phenomenal. Weight feels really, really good. Comparable to the Nakot here. I think the attachment and the price point are going to be the two big things outside of, do you want a red one or not, right? Or the traveling case. I don't think the traveling case is a big deal, but I do like the traveling case with this one. But I like the aesthetic in terms of the red with this one, and I like this particular attachment. 5 hours versus 16, that has me a little thrown off, because when you're looking at the battery, 2900 versus 2600, I think honestly the battery's probably going to be pretty comparable, but without sitting here and testing that, I don't know for sure. But let's say it's 5 with this with use. That's plenty. If you're charging this up and you get 5 hours of battery life with this, if I go on a trip and I'm going to a certification, that's going to last me, and I'm probably not even going to have to charge that. Not unless you're at a gym and you're passing this thing around. And at that point, you're probably charging this thing every night anyways. So I think the 5 hours is going to be plenty. You're not going to have any issues. And I do like the switch over to the USB Type-C with these compared to the bigger ones that you're seeing with the large massage guns, where it usually is a port that you plug in and you got to plug this huge thing into the wall. So overall, I am liking this thing, and I'm going to spend more time with this particular attachment. This one will actually go home. This Nakot will stay here at the gym. That way I get to kind of use this a little bit more at the house and kind of formulate my final opinion on this. But initial impression is very, very good with this. I'm curious to see with the red here though. Most likely I'm probably going to drop this. How scuffed up will this get over time, where you're going to notice more marks on it because it's not black? That may be something to think about as well. But I am pretty impressed with what they're able to do with these now, where they can take this large form factor and pull it all the way down to this, and you get to use a full-fledged massage gun here at a third of the size with great power. So that's going to be it. I do want to say also, I guess the Nakot potentially gets warm. I haven't had any issues with it with use with 10 plus minutes. That's one of the things where I'm going to spend some more time with this to double check that as well. I've been told that this shouldn't have any issues with heat, because obviously if I'm going from a large form factor that can dissipate more heat to a smaller one, that's something that obviously potentially is an issue, but I don't think it will be with this. Like I said, I've been told that that shouldn't be an issue. So that's actually going to be it for this one. I'm going to make sure that there is a link for this in the description so you guys can actually find this yourself. Hopefully I can get a discount code for you guys. It may only be $5, but something that's better than nothing. That may even cover almost all of the shipping for you. So that's going to be it for this video. If you guys like the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all my content, hit the subscribe button for me. Thanks so much for watching.